MWC. Manila Water Company, Inc. Maynilad allocates P178 billion for wastewater spending plan. Maynilad Water Services, Inc. targets to spend P178 billion for its wastewater management program from 2023 to 2046, the company announced on Wednesday.
In a media release, the West Zone water concessionaire said that it plans to expand its sewer coverage and manage water pollution.
Besides improving the distribution of drinking water supply, our investment program also includes the laying of essential infrastructure to collect and treat the wastewater generated by households so we can ensure environmental sustainability, Randolph T. Estrelado, Chief Operating Officer of Maynilad, said in a statement.
Maynilad said it also plans to construct 18 new sewage treatment plants within its concession area. The company said the installation of 360 kilometers of new sewer lines will catch and convey used water from households to sewage treatment plants. Maynilad also plans to upgrade its existing 17 wastewater facilities to meet the amended effluent standards set by the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. The company is also constructing new sewage treatment plants and laying sewer conveyance systems in Valenzuela, Caloocan, Las Piñas, and Muntinlupa's Tunasan and Kupang areas. The new facilities will have a combined capacity to treat around 419 million liters per day, MLD, of wastewater, which covers around 1.75 million residents. Maynilad said the company is also planning to construct a 140 MLD capacity sewage treatment plant and install sewer lines in Manila. The company said that since its reprivatization in 2007, it has spent around P41.2 billion in capital expenditures for its wastewater management projects, which resulted in an additional 20 sewage treatment plants to its only 2 existing sewage treatment plants.
Maynilad, a concessionaire of the Metropolitan Waterworks and Sewerage System, serves the cities of Manila, except portions of San Andres and Santa Ana. It also operates in Quezon City, Makati, Caloocan, Pasay, Parañaque, Las Piñas, Muntinlupa, Valenzuela, Navotas, and Malabon. It serves the cities of Cavite, Bacoor and Imus, and the towns of Kawit, Noveleta, and Rosario in Cavite Province. Metro Pacific Investments Corp., which has a majority stake in Maynilad, is one of 3 Philippine units of Hong Kong-based First Pacific Co. Limited, the others being Philex Mining Corp. and PLDT Inc.
Hastings Holdings, Inc., a unit of PLDT Beneficial Trust Fund subsidiary MediaQuest Holdings, Inc., has an interest in Business World through the Philippine Star Group, which it controls.
FB. San Miguel Food and Beverage, Inc. The food division of listed firm San Miguel Food and Beverage, Inc. reported a 21% rise in net income to P9.2 billion in 2022, citing double-digit revenue growth for most of its business segments. In a media release, the division, San Miguel Foods, described its sales performance last year as record-breaking for a 3rd year in a row since the pandemic.
Throughout the year, our food division faced unprecedented cost pressures from higher commodity prices, rising inflation and a weaker peso, said Ramon S. Ang, President and Chief Operating Officer of San Miguel Corp., the parent firm of the food and beverage company. Mr. Ang said that the division reported a 15% growth in operating income to P13.3 billion as it optimized utilization of company-owned facilities and undertook cost management measures.
The food division houses San Miguel Foods, Inc., the Pure Foods Hormel Company, Inc., Magnolia, Inc., San Miguel Super Coffee Mix Company, Inc., and San Miguel Mills, Inc.
Consolidated revenues for the group rose 16% to P175.3 billion in 2022 from P151 billion in the previous year, due to volume growth after a boost in distribution, promotional activities, new product offerings, and added capacity from new facilities. Price increases were also implemented to partly recover rising costs, it said. Its animal nutrition and health segment saw growth due to higher sales in broiler, layer, and hog feeds, as well as the demand growth for its products NutriChunks Pet Care and San Miguel Animal Healthcare Veterinary Medicines. San Miguel Foods' protein segment grew amid higher chicken prices resulting from capacity shortages in the industry. Volume was also driven by the recovery of food service and positive product acceptance. Hog operations were downsized due to the African swine fever.
The prepared and packaged food segment ended the year with strong revenue growth from its flagship brands, namely, Purefoods Tender Juicy Hot Dogs, Purefoods Chicken Nuggets, Whole Hams, and Magnolia Butter and Cheese. New products under Purefoods' native line and Magnolia Salad Aids also contributed.
Significant volume growth along with market share gains was seen across multiple categories, San Miguel Foods said. Additionally, San Miguel Mills' revenues were driven by higher prices as the company had to accommodate for higher wheat costs.
San Miguel Foods said it had been aggressively expanding its feed mills, poultry farms, and food processing facilities in the last 7 years to ensure supply and bolster food security in the country.
FNI Global Ferronickel Holdings, Inc. Palawan mining firm urges Brooks Point mayor to act on TRO.
A mining unit of listed Global Ferronickel Holdings, Inc. urged Brooks Point Mayor Cesareo R. Benedito Jr. to prevent protesters from hindering operations in its mine site in the Palawan town as set in a court-issued temporary restraining order TRO. In a statement, the holding firm its unit Ipilan Nickel Corp. Had secured a TRO from Brooks Point Regional Trial Court Branch 165. The order prohibits protesters from stopping, apprehending, searching, obstructing, or approaching vehicles going in and out of the mine site.
Ipilan Nickel called on Mr. Benedito to demonstrate his sworn duty by leading the court personnel and the Philippine National Police contingent in implementing the court order peacefully and promptly.
On February 21, residents of Brooks Point formed a human barricade to block trucks transporting minerals from the mining site, claiming the mine's operations affected their land and livelihood.
The local government of Brooks Point and its residents earlier urged the Department of Environment and Natural Resources to issue a cease and desist order, saying as they said the mining firm failed to renew its permit for this year. As a good corporate citizen, we are complying with legal procedures and exploring all lawful and peaceful options against the threats and intimidation tactics used by propagandists and saboteurs, said Ipilan Nickel resident mine manager Alex Robbies.
He added that the company continues to remain dedicated to fostering positive and productive relationships with all its stakeholders.
Global Ferronickel has 4 subsidiaries with business interests in nickel ore mining, logistics, cement and steel production, and port operations. On Wednesday, its shares at the stock exchange rose 5 centavos or 2.11% to close at P2.42 apiece.
PGOLD. Pure Gold Price Club, Inc. Respeto Naman. Lucio Co's Pure Gold under fire over poor handling of alleged shoplifting incident.
Several videos have circulated online showing Pure Gold's personnel accusing a senior citizen of shoplifting without any supporting evidence, resulting in backlash from netizens. The netizen who shared the videos criticized the supermarket's handling of the incident, pointing out that they should have reviewed the CCTV footage instead of publicly searching the man's belongings and subjecting him to humiliation in front of others.
It was later discovered that the man was only checking his bag to ensure that the empty deodorant he brought matched the brand of the one he purchased.
Telephone PLDT, Inc. Not yet closing time. MVP has no plans of retiring in foreseeable future, amid P48 billion PLDT overspending scandal. Billionario Manny V. Pangilinan has no plans of stepping down despite being more than decade past the retirement age of 65.
Mr. Pangilinan will remain to be the company's chairman and president and CEO for the foreseeable future, said Metro Pacific Investments MPI in a disclosure to the Philippine Stock Exchange PSE.
Rumors of the 76-year-old bachelor's departure has been swirling since PLDT, Telephone, the country's largest telco controlled by Salim MPI, disclosed last December that it went P48 billion over budget in its capital expenditures, mostly for its failed 5G expansion, from 2019 to 2021 under Pangilinan's nose. He was president and CEO until June 2021.
Telephone has been quick to declare that its preliminary investigation has not uncovered any fraudulent transactions, procurement anomalies, or loss of assets arising from the capex spend, just days after wiping out P62 billion in market value on December 19, its worst single-day loss since 1990.
But 3 months after that Black Monday, Pangalainen has yet to provide authorities with the final results of the firm's internal audit. More significantly, no telephone official has yet taken responsibility for allegedly misleading investors on its capex spending. The Securities and Exchange Commission has started a fraud investigation into TEL's overspending scandal. In the U.S., top law firms are aggressively getting aggrieved investors to join a class action case against Telephone with the promise of a huge windfall. BNCOM Bank of Commerce hits milestones in 2022, highest net income since SMC acquisition and universal banking license. Bank of Commerce, BankCom, recorded its highest net income since the acquisition by San Miguel Corporation, SMC, reaching 1.8 billion rubles last year. This marks a 49% jump from the P1.2 billion recorded in 2021, with total revenues growing 30% to 8.12 billion rubles. The bank's successful year was highlighted by its initial public offering that raised P3.37 billion in new capital, as well as the maiden issuance of P7.5 billion worth of bonds, and the conferment of a universal banking license. The growth in BankCom's net interest income, service charges, fees, and commissions, foreign exchange and gains on foreclosure and sale of property and equipment and foreclosed assets contributed to the increase in total revenues. Net interest income surged 24% to 6.68 billion rubles, while other income soared 74% to 1.43 billion rubles. This was primarily driven by a surge in service charges, fees, and commissions, foreign exchange gains, gains on foreclosure and sale of property and equipment, and strong growth in trade and digital transactions. The bank's balance sheet also showed growth, with total assets reaching 217.52 billion rubles, a 9% increase from last year. Total loans and receivables breached the 100 billion rubles mark to reach 105.09 billion rubles, 41% higher than the same period last year, driven mainly by accelerated growth in corporate loans. With these positive results, BankCom expects to continue its growth trajectory.